You have conquered the trials of mortals, but will you conquer eternity? Zeus's thunderous voice echoed through the halls of Olympus as Achilles, once the greatest warrior of Greece, stood before the gods. He had defied fate, risen from the ashes of war, and proven his worth through trials that no mortal had survived. But now, at the peak of his journey, the ultimate question remained: was Achilles destined to become more than a warrior? Will he be remembered as a warrior, or ascend as the 13th god of Olympus? In Part 5, Achilles faced 3 grueling trials to prove himself worthy of becoming the 13th god. First, he descended into Hades, overcoming Cerberus and Minos' labyrinth to rescue the soul of Automedon, his loyal friend who sacrificed himself for Achilles. With Persephone's aid, he brought Automedon back to the light, demonstrating courage and friendship beyond death. The second trial took him to the Pelion Mountains, where he battled the fire serpent Eryx, a creature created by Hera. Armed with Apollo's divine bow and his own wisdom, Achilles struck the beast's heart, vanquishing it. Achilles. Before the Council of Gods. Achilles stood in the resplendent hall atop Mount Olympus, where golden sunlight streamed through pristine marble columns. Gone were the roars of battle and the dust of war. Only sacred silence enveloped the space. The towering walls were etched with scenes of epic battles and myths he had heard as a child by the river Styx. Upon the highest throne, Zeus, lord of the gods, presided with majestic presence, his silver hair flowing like clouds, his eyes blazing like lightning splitting the sky. Beside him, Hera, queen of Olympus, observed Achilles with a cold yet curious gaze. Athena, the wise goddess of war, stood nearby, her eyes shining with unwavering faith in the hero she had guided. Apollo, holding his golden bow, regarded Achilles with an inscrutable expression, while Ares, god of war, crossed his arms, his fiery eyes daring a challenge. The other gods, Poseidon with his gleaming trident, Aphrodite with her enchanting smile, Artemis with her silver bow, all turned their gaze upon him, as if weighing every breath, every step he took on the cold stone floor. Achilles felt the weight of their stares but did not falter. He had faced death in the depths of Hades, the flames of Eryx, and the wrath of Ares. His bronze armor gleamed under the divine light, but his heart pounded, not from fear, but from anticipation of the fateful moment ahead. Zeus raised his hand, and the hall fell into absolute silence, so profound that the whisper of wind through the clouds outside became audible. Achilles, son of Thetis and Peleus, Zeus's voice boomed, deep and powerful like thunder from the heavens. You have conquered the 3 trials set by the gods. You descended into Hades to rescue Automedon's soul, vanquished the fire serpent Eryx with wisdom and strength, and freed a village from Ares' curse through sacrifice. These feats prove not only the might of a warrior, but the courage, wisdom, and responsibility of a true hero. The gods here acknowledge this. Achilles bowed his head, filled with gratitude, yet maintaining humility. He understood that each trial was not merely a battle against external foes, but a journey of self-discovery. From Automedon, he learned the value of friendship, from Eryx the power of intellect, and from the villagers that true strength lies in sacrificing for others. The Apotheosis ceremony. Zeus rose from his throne, his form towering like a living mountain, his eyes flashing like lightning as he raised his right hand. A blinding light erupted, and in his grasp appeared a small bolt of lightning, shimmering as if forged from the universe's own energy. Achilles, he declared, his voice echoing through the hall and piercing the white clouds encircling Olympus. You have proven yourself worthy of immortality. From this day forth you are no longer a mortal, but a god, the 13th deity of Olympus. You shall be honored with the title God of Heroes and Resilience, the patron of brave warriors and unyielding souls. The gods' applause thundered like a storm, reverberating through the sacred space. Athena approached, placing a hand on Achilles' shoulder, her eyes gleaming with pride. You have exceeded my expectations, she said, her voice warm yet commanding. I always knew you were more than a warrior. You are a symbol of courage and wisdom. Apollo, though once at odds with Achilles during the trials, nodded in approval. You have taught me that even gods can learn from your steadfastness, he said, his tone deep but sincere. Hera, though initially jealous of the attention Achilles garnered, could not deny his achievements. "You overcame my trial with the fire serpent Eryx," she remarked, her voice cool but tinged with respect. "Remember that immortality does not exempt you from responsibility." Zeus lifted the lightning bolt, and a radiant light enveloped Achilles. He felt his body lighten, as if every pain, every scar from past battles dissolved in the divine glow. He was no longer Achilles of Troy, of rage and vengeance. He was Achilles, god of heroes, who would inspire generations to come. Achilles' new role. Following the ceremony, Zeus led Achilles to a newly erected throne in the hall. Carved from pure white stone, it bore intricate depictions of the battles and heroic deeds he had forged with blood and sweat. "Henceforth," Zeus intoned, his voice steady yet authoritative, "your duty is to inspire and protect future heroes. You shall oversee fair battles among mortals, ensuring that courage and honor are always upheld." Achilles took his seat, feeling the weight of responsibility settle upon him. Through the soft clouds, he gazed down at the world below. Cities aglow with lights, battlefields shrouded in smoke, and tiny figures like specks of light moving through their lives. He saw young warriors training at dawn, soldiers preparing for forthcoming wars, and the vulnerable pleading for protection amid storms. He realized his role was not merely to fight, but to guide, to be the beacon for brave souls in the darkness. Athena stepped forward, presenting him with a new shield, gleaming silver, etched with his own image in battle armor, eyes resolute, sword raised high. "Use this to protect those who are worthy," she instructed, her voice filled with absolute trust. Apollo approached, placing a golden bow in his hands, symbolizing precision and justice. "Let your arrows always seek the truth," he said, his gaze approving. Even Ares, once his adversary, came forth, offering a sword blazing red like the fires of war. "Conflict is inevitable," Ares rasped, "but ensure it always serves a noble purpose." Achilles accepted the gifts, his heart swelling with gratitude and reverence. He understood that immortality was not the end of his journey, but the beginning of a new mission. He would need to learn to be a god of fairness, wisdom, and compassion, not only for himself but for the souls he would safeguard through the ages. Conclusion. The throne on Olympus. Achilles sat upon his throne, his eyes gazing down at the world through the veils of clouds. He saw the fires of war still burning on distant plains, cities rising from ashes, and children growing up with tales of heroes told by the hearth. He smiled, a smile of contentment tinged with reflection, as if he had finally found the answer to the destiny he had sought all his life. He recalled his journey, from a proud, rage-filled warrior at Troy to a man who learned sacrifice and growth through harsh trials. He remembered Patroclus, the dear friend who died so he might understand the value of companionship. Automedon, who taught him loyalty beyond death, and the nameless villagers he saved, reminding him that true strength lies in protecting the weak. Each step, each scar on his body was part of the story that led him here, to the throne on Olympus. But above all, he felt a sense of fulfillment in his fate. He was no longer Achilles of war and vengeance, torn by glory and pain. He was Achilles, god of heroes and resilience, who would forever inspire brave hearts, those who never yield to adversity. Thus ends the journey of Achilles, no longer bound by the fate of men, but immortalized as the god of heroes and resilience. His name will echo through eternity, not just as a warrior who conquered Troy, but as a guiding light for all who dare to defy their limits. What do you think of Achilles' final destiny? Did he deserve his place among the gods, or was his true greatness always as a mortal? If you love epic myths and divine legends, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The flames of Olympus still burn, and there are many more stories yet to be told. Until next time, may your battles be worthy, your strength unwavering, and your legacy eternal.